It's almost a week the People's Democratic Party held their National Executive Council meeting here in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. And of course, so many conversations have been raised from the issues that were discussed at the NWC meeting over the NEC sitting here in Abuja. You're welcome to another edition of Big Talk here on Global Television, where we want to x-ray today the politics of People's Democratic Party, the internal politicking, the external affairs, and the relations to the current developmental strides in Nigeria. The major opposition party has been the People's Democratic Party until the emergence of the Labour Party. Many Nigerians seems to have a faith in the fact that People's Democratic Party's ideology seems to be better for the country. But away from the fact that Atiku Abubakar could not emerge as the president, so many other issues have been in the People's Democratic Party, from the internal politicking, from the 2023 election. Tonight, we'll be taking a look at the last NEC meeting of PDP, almost a week, is precisely on the 17th of this month. What were the resolutions? Why was sanction not being given at the end of the meeting, which has already caused so many concern about the former governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, still priding himself in PDP and still in APC. All of this will be what we'll be taking a look at tonight. And after this break, we'll be joined by the very senior politician from Cross River State, who of course has been an aspirant in the House of Assembly elections of People's Democratic Party. And of course, wasn't able to make it to the House, but of course, as a Nigerian, we of course know that we always have other times to contest. Servius Okoye is a politician and of course joins me virtually for tonight's discussions on the affairs of People's Democratic Party. Honorable, good to have you join us on the show tonight. How many time for still stay with us here and be joined by Honorable Servius Okoye, of course, a politician from Cross River State, who joins us virtually to discuss the fate of People's Democratic Party and the last NEC meeting held here in Abuja. Good to have you join us, Honorable. Okay, with a bit of trying to get Honorable connected tonight, and we'll go on a quick break right now. Once we return, we'll get Honorable to speak with us on the issues, internal politics in People's Democratic Party. To stay with us. Honorable Servius Okoye, former House of Assembly aspirant from Cross River State, joins us virtually to discuss the affairs of People's Democratic Party. Good to have you join us, Honorable, on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Can you hear me?
Yes, I mean, it's almost a week the People's Democratic Party held the NEC meeting in Abuja. There were so many suspension. I mean, there were so many envision issues that were practically to be raised in the meeting. But it seems that all of these issues have been swept under the carpet, and some persons are still parading themselves as PDP in the day and APs in the night. Are you comfortable with the resolutions from the NEC meeting of People's Democratic Party?
Well, the activities of the PDP for now, we won't say that we won't fault their resolution. We are watching the PDP to see how far they intend to go with the resolutions they've come up with. Now, of course, prior to the NEC meeting, there were so many expectations as to the suspension of some persons for anti-party activities, but a lot of persons were disappointed that after the NEC meeting, none of these things were done. And the PDP now came up with a resolution shifting uh, a lot of things that would have been done on the day of the next meeting to August, which left a lot of persons in disappointment. So for now, we just feel or believe that the PDP, as it were, or the party, as it were, is wise with its decision. So we're just watching to see what the party intends to do in the nearest future. Thank you very much.
Okay, I mean, you've laid emphasis on the fact that there were several expectations from the meeting. Let's take a look at the fact that Nyesom Wike has been one of, I would say, the very stubborn party faithful or party member for the recent times. I mean, since the last primaries of the People's Democratic Party, it has been, I mean, issues of having two camps in PDP. Some person says Atiku camp, some person says a Wike camp. What has been your assessment of these two camps? Are they having the interest of the People's Democratic Party at heart, or is it about personal interest so far?
Well, for now, I can only tell you confidently that there is one PDP. There is no PDP belonging to Wike, that's the FCT minister, and there is no PDP belonging to His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, that's the former vice president. But I can only tell you that there is one PDP. It's just a matter of people, arguments, everybody struggling to gain authority and reign supreme as to Wike telling you I'm in charge of the party, Atiku on his own part and his supporters. Of course, Atiku has never made any statement, but his supporters are also telling the other party, letting them know that their leader is in charge of the party. But like I have said, we can only confidently tell you that the PDP is one and one big family.
I mean, when you begin to describe the fact that PDP are together, several tension has been raised in the issue of the fact that so many persons seeing Wike, I mean, at the meeting, at the last NEC, were actually being threatened. Do you feel that People's Democratic Party have failed to use their power to call some persons to order, to suspend some persons?
No.
I mean, to use their power, the veto powers, as a party by the Constitution's provisions?
Now, listen to this. The party has its proceedings. There are procedures for carrying out activities. Now, if you are alleging that somebody has faulted or somebody has done anything, have you set up a committee, a disciplinary committee as enshrined in the party's constitution to investigate what you are alleging? No. No committee has been set up before the next meeting. Nobody has been invited for questioning as to what people are alleging. Of course, it's everywhere in the public space that these persons were involved in anti-party activities, But none of these committees have been constituted to have these persons invited, for these persons to also they explain themselves to the committee to say, look, we did anti-party or we didn't do anti-party. So you cannot just wake up to either issue a query or to suspend somebody when you have not gone into the root of the matter. So for now, it is still an allegation, So as I said earlier, the party has its constitution, and in the constitution, there are ways to carrying out whatever penalty you have to melt out on any member of the party. And not until that time, where a committee, just like the party has set up a committee, and they have appointed the former Akwa Ibom state governor to be the head, the chairman of the disciplinary committee, not until that committee goes into action, swings into action, invites those persons whom you think or whom people have alleged to have been involved in anti-party activities and you find this person is guilty, that's when the party can issue out their disciplinary measures as enshrined in the party constitution. But my brother, not until that time, everybody is going about their businesses as members of the party.
I mean, some person have accused the national chairman Damagun to be incompetent, to be, not proactive in terms of using some of his powers as a probably acting chairman. And so many persons from the Benue State and the North Central are arguing that since IU was from Benue and North Central, that he ought to have been gone. And people were expecting that at the meeting, probably Damagun will be advised or a replacement or maybe in elections or whatever to make a formal replacement of IU. What can you say about the power, I mean, the actions of Damagun and the people that are calling him to exist from office?
Well, you asked me, I will not fault the actions of Damagun as the acting chairman of the People's Democratic Party. You know, a lot of persons feel like the acting chairman should have suspended a lot of things. You know, the FCT minister and a few other former governors who came in the name of G5, you know, they feel like the acting chairman should have used his powers as the chairman to suspend them, but it is not so. It is not so. So I can confidently tell you that the acting chairman is working within the provisions of the Constitution. Like I said earlier, if you feel somebody has done something against them, you would come up with a team. You would set up measures as the Constitution has provided. You say, look, and investigate the activities of this person. You come up with verifiable evidences, facts as to what you're claiming. Once your claims and once your accusations have been found and everybody sees that they are true, of course, the acting chairman would act. He cannot act on his own. You know, there are bodies, there are processes to all of it. That's one. So going to the call by the North Central for the removal or the replacement of the acting chairman, I think it is normal. They are doing what they are supposed to do constitutionally. North Central is supposed to produce the chairman of the party. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Yes, North Central is supposed to produce the chairman of the party. Given that IU was removed, IU was removed, so the right thing for the party to have done was to say, okay, since IU has not completed his tenure as our chairman, and as the Constitution has expressly provided, that where the chairman is removed, either by death or by impeachment or by any means, leaves office, the office of the chairman goes to the zone for which the chairman was removed. So the call of the North Central for the replacement of the acting chairman is in order, completely in order. But the party in its wisdom has said that let us shift it in 3 months, maybe August, to see how the North Central will go, put their house in order, consult amongst themselves, and bring up somebody for the replacement of the acting chairman. So that is what it is right now.
All right. Let's go on a quick break right now. Once we return, we'll be taking a look at some of these actions by the former governor of Rivers State. There are some persons are saying that he's against the party law and all of that. We'll raise all of these issues and, of course, the actions of Nyesom Wike and also relations to his operations in Rivers State with the governor Fubara, and so far his relationship and all of that, which is also bordering development and internal politicking of People's Democratic Party in Rivers State. We'll take a look at this shortly after this break. Do stay with us.
Thank you.
Many time for still staying with us on Big Talk. And we're taking a look at the internal politics of People's Democratic Party. The NEC meeting held last Thursday and the actions of Nyesom Wike. And so many persons have described to be anti-party affairs. I'm still having Honorable Servus, who of course is still here with us to discuss this issue as a member, as a politician as well as a public affairs analyst. Honorable, if I may ask, what are those actions that you feel that Wike is doing differently from the Wike that PDP were proud to have?
For me, can you hear me?
Yes, we are together.
Well, for me, the FCT minister, that's the former governor of Rivers State, is a very active member of PDP. You know, Wike attending the PDP NEC meeting and other activities of the party is a pointer to the fact that he's an active member of the party. And if you follow the activities of Wike from when this administration started, Wike has never publicly attended any APC event. He has never attended any APC meeting. So that goes a long way to tell you where his allegiance is. His allegiance is still to the People's Democratic Party. So if he has intentions, maybe his intentions to destroy the party or use hiding under the guise of the FCT minister in the APC administration to destroy PDP, that's his intention that has not been made known. But for now, I can tell you that the FCT minister is still a very, very active member of PDP. During the days of Obasanjo as president, there were times where some persons who served in Obasanjo's administration were members of the opposition. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
We are members of the opposition. And that Obasanjo came up with that idea because he wanted to form a unity government where you get people from other parties, bring up your ideas, come, let's run a government together, a government of national unity. And I strongly believe that that was the premise upon which Wike was appointed by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, And so I do not see any crime in what Asiwaju has done by appointing Nyesom Wike. And I do not see any offense committed by Nyesom Wike for accepting to be a minister under this administration. And of course, you can see, if you're in the FCT, you would see that there have been significant development, significant progress, improvements in the FCT. What I'm saying is not to, this is my opinion, is not to hold, I'm not trying to hold brief for the FCT minister, but I'm only telling you as a party man that so far I have followed his activities and I have seen that his allegiance is still to the People's Democratic Party.
I'm not to cut you short. There are evidences where the minister has come out to say that he delivered Rivers State for APC. President Bola Tinubu, which the politics that also gave him, how he came on board to be the minister. Some of these bold statements and even some of his supporters of Wike, also confirming these from Rivers State that they supported APC. Is it not anti-party affairs by all evidences?
That is why we are saying that the party knows what to do. We cannot think for the party. Even if we can think for the party, it is inappropriate to preempt the actions of the party. Do you understand what I'm saying? It will be inappropriate for me to sit here and preempt the actions of the party. Now, you cannot rule out interest from politics. Whoever plays politics with the intent of interest, and for which I believe that Wike played his politics. So it is now left for the People's Democratic Party to do what they are supposed to do. Like I said, there's a process, there's a procedure for which disciplinary actions will be melted out. If the party has seen that the FCT minister played anti-party, they know what to do. Set up the committee, set up a disciplinary committee and investigate him. Of course, if the evidences are highly conspicuous, get them together, invite him, and grant him fair hearing. Tell you here as I'm sitting down here that nobody is bigger than the party. No one man is bigger than a political party. The party will always be supreme. That's what I would have to tell you. that when the party sets, when the disciplinary committee sits and they set their actions in motion, invite whoever they have alleged to have been involved in anti-party activities, and they discover that, oh, true, this person was involved in anti-party activities. Of course, what the constitution has said, and melt out your measures on the person, either to expel the person from the party or to suspend it, for whatever the constitution has said you should do to anybody who carries out such an activity. Give it to the person. But for now, not until that time. Let us wait and see what the party comes up with.
Are you more worried about the fallout between the former governor, Nyesom Wike, and now the Minister of FCT, and the current governor, Fubara? I mean, Fubara seems to be one of the loyal sons or political sons of Wike, but it seems right now that all is not well between Fubara and Wike, and this is also may affect the future political movement in Rivers State. Are you more concerned as a party member?
I am concerned not just as a party member. I am concerned, one, because I am from the Niger Delta region. I am concerned because I do some businesses in Rivers State. So if we do not have a peaceful Rivers State, it won't be good for us to do business there. So my concern is not just because I'm a party man, but it's because I am from the Niger Delta region and I have businesses in Rivers State. So I am only saying that the former governor of Rivers State should allow the current governor of Rivers State to perform. He has done his part. He did whatever he did as a governor of Rivers State. He left, nobody disturbed him. I tell you that the Wike that you and I know will not allow anybody to give him this treatment he's giving to Fubara in Rivers State. When Wike was governor, he never allowed even the former governor Amici into the state. He never allowed any attempt to jeopardize the actions of his activities then when he was governor. You are either digging your grave or you be sent out of Rivers State. So I do not see any reason why FCT minister should not allow Fubara to perform, And his constant disturbance on Fubara is making the guy, is distracting the guy, and is making the guy not to perform, But I commend Fubara for standing firm and standing tall. For whatever reason they are having their issues, we don't know. I don't care to know. For whatever agreements that they had before Fubara came into office, we don't know. That's between him being the son and his father. But what we are saying to the FCT minister is that he should allow the young man perform if he truly has the interest of the Rivers people at heart. Because his constant disturbance, his constant pressure, his constant distraction, using the State House of Assembly, using all the factors, all the forces around, to distract the young man, will cause the young man not to work, and he will underperform. And I also feel it's a tactic to make him not to perform, so he would look like nobody will beat his record as the governor of Rivers State. It's a possibility for people to feel like Fubara came and he didn't perform. He didn't match Wike. It's very absurd. So that's what it is. We are very much concerned, not just as party men, but as citizens from this region, as people who do businesses in this particular region. Once the security of this place is jeopardized, all our businesses and all the livelihood will be jeopardized. So that is the reason we are saying that the FCT minister should focus on his responsibilities and assignments in the FCT and build the FCT that Asiwaju has appointed him to build, and leave the governor of Rivers State to perform. So that's what it is.
I mean, in a follow-up to that particular conversation that you just had, it is peculiar in the South and the Niger Delta where we find succession governments fighting their predecessors. We understand the current issues in Edo and the one that we had in Edo prior to 2019 election. We also understand the issue in Akwa Ibom as at 2015, 2019 as well, between Godswill Akpabio and then Udom Emmanuel. We also understand the case right now in Rivers State. We also understand the previous cases that have actually been happening in Rivers State. But when you compare what it seems to happen, for instance, in Kogi State, so many persons are saying, and even now that Yaya Bello is actually facing trial, the governor is standing by, fully by him, backing him up, going with him, and all of that. Is it an issue? I mean, these are different peculiarities in the same political dispensation of godfatherism. How do we begin to start the issues of godfatherism politics in South? Because it seems it's not, I mean, it's not something that is workable, it's not practicable, and it's not achievable so far by all indications in South.
Yeah, thank you. You see, you cannot stop the politics of godfatherism. You cannot stop the politics of godfatherism. It's just a matter of understanding. I can still count a few states where there's a peaceful coexistence between the predecessor and the successor. Hello?
Yes, I'm with you.
I can still count a few states, like the Cross River State. My governor, the state where I come from, my governor is piloting the affairs of the state. I'm sure he's not having any issues with the former governor, Ben Ayade. Come down to Akwa Ibom State. Udom Emmanuel is enjoying a peaceful coexistence with the current governor of Akwa Ibom State. Go to Delta State. The former governor, Ifeanyi Okowa, is having a wonderful time with his son, the person he brought into office. So it's just a matter of relationship and understanding, and individual differences. But my advice to political godfathers: when God used you as an instrument to bring in somebody into office, it is also important you allow the person some leverage, allow him some time to perform. Don't exert so much pressure on the person, and don't expect the person to do magic within a few days or within a few months or within a year to do what you feel the person should do for you. Or don't expect the person to come and be crawling and be, it's absurd for anybody whom God used to install a successor, to bring in somebody into government or into leadership. It is wisdom to allow the person perform, the person work. At any time where you try to topple the person's government, the person will revolt. Even though we have a tolerance for pressure, even though we have tolerance for all of those things, there's a limit to which most of these persons can take this thing. You overpush too much, the person takes it very personal. And even your child that you have at home, you beat your child too much, and the child is not talking. It gets to a point where the child will talk back. The child talks back at you. You as an elder brother, a younger brother, you keep talking to your younger brother, you keep attacking him, keep looking at him quietly. But there's a limit to which he can take your insult. So when you push too much, he reacts back. So when he reacts back, there becomes chaos in the system. That's what is happening in Rivers State. If you've been following the politics of Rivers, it is just now that we're having all of this altercation between the current governor and the immediate past governor. Meanwhile, Fubara has been quiet. He was talking. It is recently the guy started talking. The young man started talking, reacting back. Because he took it, I think he got it to his jugular. So that's what it should be. Godfathers, political godfathers. If God, of course, you don't expect to remain in government for too long. 8 years. It is expected that you leave. There's no way as a politician you will not want to have an interest. You will not want somebody to succeed you. Definitely you would want somebody to succeed. So if the person succeeds you, allow the person some time to work. So for what is happening in Kogi State, it's just a matter of time. Let's just still watch them. It's still very fresh. It's election was.
Are you praying for the repeat of Rivers in Kogi?
Not that we are wishing it. Not that we are wishing it. Not that we are saying it should happen. But we're only saying that we should give it some time to see how far they can go.
If the loyalty is being tested for time.
You see, let's see if the godfather would push the son to the point where he can't take it, and let's see if the son would react back. If the loyalty would be intact till he completes his 8 years as governor of Kogi State. So that's what it is.
I mean, All right. Thank you for that input. I mean, back to the issues on PDP. Do you think the way it is going, Labour Party seems to be coming out very strong, very bold, and of course, seems to be taking the lead as the opposition party in Nigeria. Do you feel that PDP still have a chance in the country as it speaks now politically? Nationally, I mean,
What?
presidential election.
The party has just finished its next meeting. Everybody has gone back to the drawing board. Everybody has gone back to analyze the outcome of the next meeting and to look at the activities or the actions of the party and look at the chances they have in future elections. So for now, that's what the party is concerned with. Analyze the outcome of the NEC, look at where we have elections like in Edo State and Ondo State coming up. Let's do those elections and we'll use those elections to test the popularity of PDP again. But for now, all I can say is that the party is concerned with putting their house in order. Once the party is able to put their house together, they can stand elections subsequently that will come up.
Many thanks, Honorable Service Okoye, of course, former aspirant in Cross River State, for your times and, of course, their contributions tonight on the conversations on the issues bothering People's Democratic Party at the last NEC meeting, last week, Thursday, here in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Of course, we do hope that internal politicking of People's Democratic Party will be well managed, and of course, we may be able to have a wonderful turnout as the subsequent elections, and of course, even the off-cycle elections coming in from Edo and Ondo State and others. It is, of course, I wish the People's Democratic Party will be able to have the internal affairs well managed. Many thanks, Honorable, for joining us tonight on the conversations here on Big Talk.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And that's the size of a package here tonight on Big Talk. And of course, we'll be taking a look at elections issues. What are the the issues of judicial accountability and in the post-elections? There are several reports that came from Commonwealth and other international observers. What are the lessons? What are the lessons that have been able to map out on all of these? What are INEC doing with those reports? What is the way forward for Nigeria's election? How do we begin to correct the issues that have already been raised and indicated so far in the indices of the elections in Nigeria? This will be an issue we'll be taking a look tomorrow here on the program, Big Talk. Tonight, I want to say thank you for joining us and God bless Nigeria.